So, welcome everybody. Welcome to one of my favorite places in the entire world. And I'll show you why. Okay? That's why. Shut up, little. So, sorry about the movement of the camera as I walk. This is my favorite place to be. Slow it down a little bit. Zoom out for you. Zooming on the water. Oh my God, that sunset, right? I mean, it's just stunning. The cloud glow, the line, you see the line of the clouds. I love staring at clouds. Find so many neat things in the clouds and the trees. So walk with me. I'll go down my path to the beautiful lake. It's full moon tonight, June 10th through the 11th. Full moon in Sagittarius. The strawberry moon. And if that sun's an indication how the moon's going to be tonight, we're in luck. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It's not fake. That's what it looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm zooming even closer. It's really just the camera. It's really not, the sun's not a ball of white. It's actually a ball of orange. I'm not a photo professional here, so mercy. Mercy, please, mercy. So many times in life we get distracted, don't you think, by things that don't really matter. Some other folks doing what I'm doing. And what I find really matters are the simple things, the beautiful things, the loving things, the natural things, not the pentacle things, the money things. I mean, sure, we all need money. It's the society that we are born into. If you're in certain areas of the world, maybe an Aborigine or some shit, you won't necessarily need it, but they have their form of coin, I'm sure, on some level, trade. It's going down. You see that? Let's just listen to the waves and the peepers for a minute. And the birds. Gorgeous. So, sorry about the movement. Let's go down my path here. Into the woods I must go to free my mind and lose my soul. actually into the forest I must go, or into the woods, depending on the interpretation, to lose my mind and find my soul is the actual saying if you Google it. Take, for instance, how many times when you were a child, if you were lucky enough to experience nature as a child, did you take the simple little buttercup here, place it under your chin, and have the folklore, the old wives' tale, that if it glowed yellow or something, whatever it was, it means that you were sweet like butter or something. Somebody tell me in the comments, but you get what I'm saying. And my point is, you believe that shit, and you were so fascinated with this simple little plant. And anytime you saw a buttercup when you were a child, you'd grab that buttercup and place it under somebody's chin. How many times now as adults do we walk by these buttercups and not give two shits? It's just a weed. It has no purpose. Can't make me any money. How about all these splashes of lavender throughout the green? It does something special to the landscape, don't you think? It's not insignificant. It's magical, purposeful. Just like, oh boy, it bugs me when people want to mow their lawns. No offense to people who mow their lawns. But they mow them, going, oh, those darn dandelions, those darn weeds, mess up the greenness of my lawn. Oh, thank God is what I say. A splash of little suns popping up amongst just the vast green, and you got these big, little spots of sunshine just popping up everywhere. How can you get mad at that? Don't we all need a little sunshine to pop up? Well, it doesn't look good in my neighbors, and who the fuck cares? You do a lot of things with them dandelions. Why don't you Google that too while you're at it? Eat the leaves, make wine, tinctures. People need to get back to the earth. Not because of doomsday, oh, if there's a catastrophe, how would we survive? Well, that is a point. I mean, there's plenty of things out here that we used to be able to forage for. Geez, a lot of them are probably not even here anymore to forage because we've screwed that up for ourselves, haven't we? But, you shouldn't have to base your success or your happiness on your bank account, on your stuff. Honestly, I don't have much. I have more than some and less than others, and more than, you know what? You get it. It's getting late. But all that stuff still doesn't do for me what this does. Just me and the Creator. Me and God. Me and the universe. Me and Gaia. Me and whatever deity, non-deity, pagan, non-pagan, whatever. I don't care. Whatever feeds your soul, just freaking feed it. Your whole perspective on life changes vastly. Sorry, I don't know, let those people walk by, but your whole perspective on life changes vastly when you live through the eyes of spirit, through the eyes of the soul. When you look at another human being as annoying and irritating or as horrible as they may seem on the surface, there's still a soul in there. And I don't think anybody's hopeless or worthless. I'm not saying I want to necessarily hang around them. You hang out in the dumpster long enough, you're bound to come out smelling funny. Shout out Father Crappie. But, what I think about, and my ego gets in the way, so, I'm not perfect. I complain and get upset just like everybody else. But, I try to stop myself or reflect later on that they were an innocent child, innocent baby, born pure, beautiful, and just wanting love. To be held, to be touched, to be nurtured, to grow, to thrive, to play, to laugh. And I think to myself, what did this world do to that person? Because they weren't always like that. What did life do to that person? And I pray to God, to Spirit, that they can go back somehow in their mind, in their hearts, and retrieve that innocence, that curiosity, that innocence that they had lost. It's like rebirth, right? If you're at all have any knowledge on Christ consciousness, dogmas aside and theology aside, what is Christ consciousness, Christ was the ultimate magician, right? He didn't avoid the sinners. He didn't avoid being the hermit, going into the desert and reflecting. He didn't avoid the temptations. One thing he did kind of get pretty pissed off about was greed and putting money ahead of the love of God. And God is in all of us, right? Some believe that we are gods. We evolve into God. We're all one and we're all part of a collective. Whatever you believe, we're eternal souls. Spirit is spirit. No matter what theology knife you use to slice it. We all pretty much agree on that. That there's a soul. That it's eternal. And shit gets real with how you behave with it. Right? Christ really did not like what was going on when people who were supposed to represent God were ripping people off, doing shady deals in the marketplace. We don't see a lot of that these days, do we? No, never. So how many of us do things like that in our own lives, in our own marketplaces, our own day-to-day interactions? Do we screw over our brother and not think twice about it because it got us ahead? When we go to the store and we forget to pay for something, do we say fuck it and just keep it? Or do we pay it, go back and pay for it? Or hey, you forgot this in the cart. If you can't be trusted with the little things, how do you expect God to trust you with the big things? How do you expect Spirit to trust you with the blessings that it really wants to give you if you can't handle the little things? And if you can't appreciate the purity and the power and the vastness of creation and respect it, know that it matters and that it affects us all, why would God, Source, Universe bestow more blessings upon us? We can't even handle the ones we got. But I think things are changing. I think more people are starting to realize maybe working all the time just to buy more stuff, just to have that reputation, that status, might not be where it's at anymore. So if you ask me, this is kind of where it's at. Coming here, being in touch with the raw essence of creation, the magnitude of it, the beauty of it, I don't know about you, but concrete roads and buildings and fake lighting doesn't seem to have the same impact on my heart and on my soul. Well, I can't let you marry my daughter. You don't have Any money, how are you going to provide for her? He's not rich enough for our family. Wow. But he's got a heart of gold, and he'll toil all hours of the night. And he'll nurture her and love her. And nurture her soul and her heart. And respect her. Yeah, we might not have mansions and multiple cars and fancy dinners and ball gowns and whatever's status. We might wear flannels and work boots, but we love each other and we're damn freaking happy doing it. As long as you got a roof over your head, food on the table, power's on, you can get to work, you can get to places like this, put gas in your car. Basics. Maybe a little extra on those special days, you know? That's all you really need. Look at this. Look what I just found. Only little flower. All closed up for the night. Hey, buddy. Wish you could smell this. It smells great over here. I mean, that happens to people. Families interfere with relationships all the time because of pentacles, because of money, because of status, because of culture, ethnicity, religion. They get in the middle of love. You don't think all of this beauty was created out of love for us? It was. It was a gift. Life is a gift. It's a gift to elevate our souls, to learn, to do better, to be better. I don't want to waste my gift. I don't want to take it for granted and not be grateful for it. But I'll tell you what. The Creator doesn't care about how many cars you own. Doesn't care how big your house is. It doesn't care your diamonds and furs are hanging in the closet. It doesn't care that you're the big CEO or the big superstar and everybody knows your name. It cares about how did you love, because that's where it's at. That's the whole point of us being here, is to learn how to love. And it's hard sometimes. Sometimes we slip. It's okay. What did they say? It's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. And sometimes you have to swallow your pride, be humble and apologize. And that's hard for some people. It's hard for everybody, really. Harder for others. But sincerity and intention go a long way. Nothing in the world can't be healed through love. Nothing. Love heals all. Just got to be open to it. People need to start putting their priorities straight in the right order, you know? My partner works every day, so that we can have more stuff, but I never see him. I never get to talk to him, never get to touch him, never get to have a deep conversation with him. He never gets to experience my mind or my soul. What are we doing? I'd much rather my partner come home paycheck to paycheck. But when he walks through that door, he comes to me and he kisses me and I hug him. And we discuss our days and how did we feel? And do you need anything? And maybe sit back and watch some Gaia TV later or some YouTube talks because we both care about expanding our minds and learning how to love better. And how do we learn to love ourselves better? We got to do the work. And that's how we learn to love others better. Is, you know, it's a group effort here. See, if you look, the Creator didn't create all this and then said, you can't touch it, you can't play with it, you can't. He gave it to us. We gave it to us, whatever you believe. We created it. The divine created it. And then they shared it. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be divine, creative, loving, sharing souls that want to expand that to others. Because there's a lot of people that don't have love. They want it, even if they say they don't. They lie to themselves so they don't have to feel their pain of not feeling love. We were created for love. Don't tell me you don't care if you're loved or not. That's your walls, that's your armor talking. Everybody wants to be loved. We weren't created to be alone. We weren't born as solitary creatures out of eggs that hatched and then we went on our merry way. No, we're you know, essentially what? Mammals, animals, they all mother, they all nurture, they all protect. They all bond and pack up and clan up. There's a reason for that. Now, if you can't find positivity in your life around people, humans that do that for you, yeah, absolutely protect your peace. It's better to be in solitude than in chaos, you know? So, but you still have to reach out and get love in other ways. If you isolate yourself away purposely because you're afraid of getting hurt, well, you might never get hurt, but you'll never be loved either. Sometimes you gotta be the fool. Take a leap off the cliff into the deep depths of emotion, into the water. They're vast, but they're real. And they're necessary. We weren't created with emotions not to use them. I mean, if you were born with a hand, you were blessed with, you know, having that hand. Not everybody is. But they work it out, man. They do it. They make it work. But let's say you were blessed with being born with that hand. You don't say, well, hell, I'm never going to use this hand. What if I hurt it? I got to keep it protected. I don't want somebody to hurt my hand, then I won't be able to use it later. Well, what the fuck? What do you mean? Use it later for what? If you're not going to get that hand unwrapped or out of your pocket, whatever you're doing to keep it safe. So, you get what I'm saying? Just got to pick up what I'm putting down here as a metaphor for your heart. Like, what are you doing? Keeping your heart all boarded up behind that wall. Well, I got to protect it. Why? Because it might get broken. Okay. And meanwhile, while it's all boarded up and protected, it's just sitting there atrophying. Longing. You wouldn't never take your hand out in case it got hurt. You'd use it for what it's meant for. In other words, use your heart for what it's meant for. It might get hurt. Your hand might get hurt. But it'll heal. It'll heal. Your emotions. If humans weren't meant to cry, if men weren't meant to cry, you wouldn't have your tear ducts, dude. Face it. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry in front of other men, too. And I'll tell you what, real men, real fucking men, they'll appreciate that shit. And they'll feel that shit. We gotta start getting our priorities straight. If you can inspire my mind and my heart and my soul, whether you're the janitor, whether you're the shoe shine guy, if you had that fancy Ferrari and that $1 million bank account, but you couldn't speak to my soul, we're done. We're done. We're done here. Thank you. Don't come again. I can easily find something that I can learn from that person, don't get me wrong. They have their value. And I can learn and take something from everybody I interact with. But that person ain't meant for me. If you won't look beyond the superficial, you're going to miss out on the whole freaking point of why we're here. And you know what? Somebody once told me that that's okay, because maybe they were put here at this time because it's like their, preschool, elementary school. What do they do in preschool, elementary school? They run around and eat paste. They break things. They color. They build blocks and then knock them over. Like, they're not concerned about necessarily, the soul at that point, right? Some are little prophets, but for the most part, they're chaotic, wild little creatures just running about full of ego, wanting to do what they want to do. And that's like the young souls on earth. They're not here to be deep yet. They're in preschool. They just want to eat paste and take your toy because they want it. But someday, they'll be back Just like the times over and over, people like us have been back. We're ancient. We're ancient. We didn't come here for the easy lessons this time, did we? Has your life been hard? Has it been fucking hard? You chose that. What? Why would I choose that? Because you've been through elementary school, you've been through middle school, you've been through high school, you're working on your doctorate. Your soul chose those difficulties so that you could go up a grade, so that you could get your degree. And then you can help other souls. Everybody helps everybody, but you know what I'm saying. You earned your place. You did your time. And now you take your place to elevate the rest of humanity. So if your life has been difficult, and I know for some of you it's been so difficult, please, please try to remember who you are, that you chose these lessons to benefit your soul, because you weren't in preschool anymore. You were working on your doctorate. You're almost done. And yet the stakes got higher. The classes got harder. Because you're almost there. You chose those lessons because you knew that it was the best way for you to evolve quick to your higher self. You don't remember it. Otherwise, how, if we knew that, if we remembered that right away, we missed the lessons in the making, on the journey. But after a while, you get to a certain point and you're like, oh, I see what's going on here. I did this to myself. And sometimes we make contracts with other souls. And sometimes they carry through lifetimes with us, protecting us, messing with us, still for the good of our soul. So maybe if you, when those people do that horrible thing to you, upset you, hurt you, irritate you, even if it's a checkout boy, just irritates you. He might have been your freaking, in the Victorian days, or back in Shakespearean time, or back in Egypt. He was selling, I don't know if they ate in Egypt, I don't know, let's just throw an orange out there for the hell of it. Well, maybe he was your little, street cart boy, and he pissed you off then too, and he's still here because you still didn't learn the lesson. I don't know. Oh, check it out. Come on, buddy. There you are. We're not here to be punished. We're here to love. We're here to learn to love better. We're here to grow and help others grow. We're all in this together. Oh, he's still over there, but... So, I know I ramble. I just spit with the Holy Spirit, with the divine, whatever you want to say. It's a divinely guided message for whoever needs to hear it. Look at you. If you're here listening, you're here for a reason. Nothing happens by accident. Nothing happens by accident. So, getting dark. Sun's going down, Hulk. Getting pretty low. And the woods are going to be dark. That's alright. I got this. I'm not afraid. Now, if I was back up north, where I used to live, in the Adirondack, I'll be a little concerned about the bears. But, I mean, there's bears here too sometimes, but not nearly as many up there. So, come back with me as we walk. Watch out for the mud. Ooh, let me put the camera. Sorry about that, guys. Good night, Rays. I love you. See you again soon. Oh, wait. And I didn't get to take my shoes off today. I have steel toe shoes on since 3 o'clock this morning for work. Still have them on. But since I'm not going to take my shoes and socks off now, I'm just going to hug this tree. Thank you, tree. Thank you, tree. All right. Strawberry. Wild strawberries down there. Not just a little white flower. Make you some strawberries later. All right, ready? We're gonna go up the trail. It's getting dark. And I have children at home. They're teenagers, and my dad used to call us creep-agers when we were growing up. But my kids are home or out with their friends. But they usually keep pretty good track of me. Ooh, it's very dark. And I don't know. Oh, it's extremely muddy. If I come into work tomorrow, guys, if any of you are watching this, if I wear these shoes, now you know why. So it's gonna, the screen's gonna go dark. You can faintly see me, I reversed it. Because it's dark in these woods. And I'm alone. Hansel and Gretel. Maybe I'll find a witch with a candy freaking house. Or maybe I'll get trapped in a fairy ring. Or get abducted by aliens. All are plausible, right? Listen, just because you're an adult doesn't mean you gotta act like one all the fucking time. Okay? You weren't put here to act a certain way. You were put here to act like you. Okay? Yes, we have to do our responsibilities, have integrity and honor, and a good work ethic. Facts. Whether you had a commercial job or not, back on the farm, if you didn't get up, milk your fucking cow, one, you'd have a hurting cow, and two, you wouldn't have any milk. You know? And then your cow would dry up. And, you got to get up off your ass and handle your shit. Truth. Sometimes we get so depressed and so overstimulated that we shut down and we can't even move. And then things just roll out of control. We gotta, shake ourselves. Get a grip. Reel it back. Rein that shit back in. It's okay to get lost sometimes. It's okay to rest sometimes. Don't stay stuck. You got to get back in the game. Because you have a mission. Woo! Hopefully I don't get lost in the woods. I've been here enough. I'll find my way out. But we're all here. We have a soul mission. And it's love. You just got to find your niche in the love market. What are you supposed to be doing to help elevate the vibration of this planet? Tell you what, a lot of times people are lost and depressed because they don't know their purpose or they don't feel like they have one. And purpose is a hell of a motivator. When you know why you're doing something, you pretty much have that, that vision, and you have the right motivation. That's what gets you up in the morning. And if it's divinely guided, which all things are, whether you like it or not, but you do have free will. You can choose to shut it down and ignore it, and that'll, be fine. But I think you'll find more joy, more peace. Hey, look, I made it out of the darkness. And look, the orange. Something in the orange tells me. Something in that orange tells me we're not done. Somebody out there knows that song. Beautiful. So, yeah. Sorry guys about the, I'm all grungy in my flannel and I'm not all prettied up and I'm not the best photographer or speaker, but hopefully you'll have a little, what's the word? Leeway, understanding, and get my drift, the point of why I'm doing it. And you can find little pieces of gold in there somewhere, because I don't plan on what I'm going to say. I'm sorry. I just talk about what comes to me. And if you dig that, keep watching, keep commenting, like, share, and subscribe. And honestly, I don't particularly care about a bunch of followers because it'll reach who it's supposed to reach. So I'm not doing this for the money or the followers. I'm doing it for love, for the elevation of everybody's soul. Trying to do my part. And my little grid here. Here we go. This is my little grid work I'm doing today. And tomorrow morning, I will get up at 3 a.m. and I will go to work in a different location, different town, different city. Drive almost an hour to work. And I will do my grid work there. Tell you before I get to my car and we end this. Oh boy, oh buddy, that's not a light up there, guys. Dude, that's the strawberry fucking moon. Yeah. Let me stop walking. You see that bitch? There she is. Oh doggy. Stop, please stop walking so we can see her. So excited. Look how beautiful. Hello, baby. Hello, Mama Moon. Oh, I love you. Yes. Keep walking towards my car. She's right in front of me. Just so y'all know, full moons about releasing things that no longer serve you. Don't serve your highest good. So, please, I love you. You're doing awesome. You don't get recognition enough, I'm sure. Appreciated enough. I want you to know I love you. I see you. I hear you. And you're doing the best you can. We all are. And we can all do a little better. That's what we're here for. We're not here to be complacent. We're here to strive and work for the good of us all. We also have to realize, too, like I said earlier, the motivation. If you're just doing it for accolades and recognition because of a wounding of some sort that you haven't healed, and you're not doing it for the right reasons yet. And that's okay. Every little step counts. Still a step. You'll get there. Good morning, Mother Moon. Good evening. Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you for being my friend. Dude, I don't have a lot of people in my life. And I'm okay with that. I did it. The Spirit did that on purpose. Source did that to remove things that no longer serve me. Hence, I'm mentioning it tonight on the full moon. And when I'm ready, Spirit will bring in my soul tribe. But on those lonely nights, when I want love and be seen and heard, and I cry out, are you listening? She's always there. She's always had my back since I was a child. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. So, here's my car. Yeah. I had a tree fall on my car driving home from work. Right out of the woods. And I'm still here. God, Source, Spirit, angels protected me. Thank you. Hear them. Let's be quiet. At least be quiet so we can hear the peepers. Okay. Ready? That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. Right? Right, Linus? So, I hope you enjoyed this video. It doesn't have a organized, outlined script. And some of you might click off because you don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. And that's fine. But if you're here, even if it's just for one thing I said in my rants, in my little divine downloads, and you were supposed to be here. Even if it's just one story, one word, one thought, one feeling I stirred in you. You might want to look into that. Till next time, now go enjoy the full moon. I got moon water to make. Good night.